Alright everyone, welcome back to A Programmer Plays The Vagrant, episode 4, I believe. In our previous episode, we managed to defeat a undead king and take his crown, and so then we worked our way back up to the witch, saw like a guy turn into a werewolf or something, and now we're gonna go chasing after him. As mentioned at the end of last episode, I did go run some of those little raid things. Nothing particularly interesting happened, other than we did get a little bit more mana, so we've expanded out to have a few more of these like little moves and stuff, so we can do the XXXY attack. Hooray! But in general, not like the most crazy little bit. I did reattempt the boss raid, got my butt handed to me again, so y'all really didn't miss much. So, alright. Gonna run over here. Smash these open just to find out. Cool. Let's get ourselves into some trouble. Hope everyone's having a good day. It's been a nice, quiet day for me, so I'm pretty excited to just chill out with some of this game and have a good time, because I've been enjoying this game. It's not like blowing my mind or anything. The lack of like platforming, I think, makes it maybe not a great fit for me as a gamer, but it's still pretty fun to just be in here doing some combos, forgetting which button is the dodge roll. It's right trigger, has been right trigger the whole time. Huh, I'm a little surprised to be finding another save point like this. I find that strange that we... I guess what that's doing is that's just setting us up for hey, you might need some potions. So let's take a gander around. We've got 600 mana to work with, so that's nowhere near enough for any health upgrades or any of that. We could probably go for the Rune Warden next. I think we're getting pretty close to that. This could be useful to us, so we'll grab that. 1200. More rage? More rage is not a bad thing. And then our next attack is going to take like 8,000 mana. Shining Assault does more damage. 600, 1200. Yeah. And we need to find something, Essence of Ice, somewhere in order to unlock this little tree. So, okay. Yeah. Screw it. I assume this is a boss room. Yeah. Oh. Further transformations. By the gods. Look at that thing. And here it comes. So they said he'd have the power of a bear. They were not joking. Alright, that's got some damage to it. Okay. Some of the hitboxes, I don't want to say that they're unclear. It's just that your intuition is not particularly reliable on them. So, like, it feels like I ought to be able to hit him significantly higher up than I actually can. Ooh, that's new. One of the problems with doing large bosses like this, especially in a 2D game, is that their turning speed, it's really hard to tune so that it feels fair. The way that this thing will completely turn on a dime like that, like it makes them feel weightless, which just kind of sucks. It's unfortunate. It's really hard to make big bosses that move, but then if they move at a speed that feels right, then the player can easily get bored because they're so slow that you can just predict everything that they're going to do and dodge all their attacks. And so you end up with a weird balancing act. Like, I want them to have weight, but I also need the player to be able to be surprised sometimes and make bad judgments and stuff. And it really sucks when you are fighting against a big boss and you make a mistake and you're like, well, shit, there goes the next like 3 minutes of my life because it's going to take so long for us to reset. Ugh. Miss Runemorden, thank you for your kind mercy. Do not feel bad for us. We deserve this end, but now I can die with Markham. That is the most merciful gift I could ask for. Why do you say that? Markham slayed the god for power, and I betrayed my family for him. He stole the Dispel Ring from the Academy because a mage claimed I was cursed. Now it seems that the curse was from the god, so it's no wonder that the ring has no effect on me. We have no use for it. But it's a bauble. It's but a bauble for someone cursed by a god. To someone cursed by a god. Ooh, it's difficult to read this sentence. It's but a bauble for someone cursed by a god. To someone. I'm still effing it up. It's but a bauble to someone cursed by a god. You should have it. Goodbye, and thank you, Miss Runemorden. And my Anne-Marie, are you there? I'm here, my love, and I always will be. I love you. Goodbye. All right. If I'm remembering the end of last episode correctly, which I might not be, but like the conditions of the vials was that like he could turn into a giant beast that wouldn't hurt her specifically, but would tie their life forces together. That's why she is dying. And my love, where are you? I'm here, my love. Come, let's leave this place. I have to make sure that you're cured. Yes, my love, let us leave. Let us leave together to a place where no one can find us. Anne, my dear Anne, may you both find solace in this final journey. All right, so they count as a single speaker. Anything over here? I assume not, but nah. Something I want to comment on. This game has really luxurious backgrounds. Like, look at the size of the background of just this room. Like, that is a huge parallax image. And some of that is probably cheating a little bit. Same image repeated multiple times, but there's stuff in front of it so you don't really notice. And I'm sure that there's shared assets between things, but it's still like this is a lot of someone sitting down and painting images that get composited into these areas. To have someone in your life like that who would give their everything for you, I envy that. If only I had. What am I thinking? I don't have time for such nonsense. I have a curse to break. I wonder if this ring really works. Oh, it's glowing. Hey. Bing. I can't believe it. It actually works. I have to hide this from Camden and that green witch Holborn. I could just escape from all this right now, but I remember reading about the bracelet of Zoe in the book my father left me. It's worth checking up on. I will have my revenge, Holborn, and I will watch the life drain from your eyes as I do so. Alright, we're gonna save because I don't totally trust that we autosaved there. So yeah, okay, so to explain a little bit more about what I was talking about with the backgrounds. So you can see, if we look where my head is, right, there's some flowers directly behind my character's head, and they're kind of yellowish with green stalks, and behind that is another layer of flowers that look reddish, right? But I'm willing to bet that if we look closely, yeah, so look at the flowers that are right to the left of my character. So we've got a little flower and then down kind of a thicker flower, right? If you look now in the layer behind that, the reddish flowers above my head, little flower with a thicker flower beside it. And so they're using the same image, layered up, and then recolored in order to add both depth and visual variety, which is a really effective way of doing things. Adding this gradient of color over top, it cuts it up and makes it look like a lot more is going on than actually is. It's just the same image, pulled back, up, recolor, and then shifted over a little bit. And for the most part, I don't think most people would notice that. Similarly, I'm betting these mountains, these spiky things in the background, I'm willing to bet that there's not that many of those. So yeah, we've got spiky thing directly above me with a really clear, this part right here, that spike that's coming out. If we run back over here, we can see it, whoop. We can trigger some fights. We can see the same thing over here. So they're tiling the images, they're having them repeat. But these are still big images. Like someone still like sat down and painted large, probably PNGs, to create these assets that repeat and tile together and make up the backgrounds of these areas. It's a lot of work. I appreciate it. This isn't good enough. They deserve a harsher punishment, but for you, Rune Morton, for you, I will spare them. We have some business to discuss, Tall Tree Witch. Sudith notices the ring on Vidane's finger, nodding her head in satisfaction. Okay, so last episode, I was talking about how sometimes they would have bits in the dialogue that kind of feel out of place, and like this is not dialogue. Like this parenthetical statement, Sudith notices the ring on Vivian's finger, nodding her head in satisfaction. One, her name's Sudith? I forgot that. But two, I get that this is like hard to portray. Like if you were to do this in a cutscene, like the way to do this would be basically like comic book format, where you have a close-up of the character looking, and then a close-up of her hand with the ring on it, and then a reaction close-up of the character's face. You know, eyeballs, thing, reaction. That's a lot of drawing, and it's kind of hard to do, and some people would probably misinterpret it because they'd look at the hand and be like, whose hand is that? A better way to do it would be to have like fully animated characters with like the ring noticeable in the hand and a character like look down at it, so sort of pantomime it. Again, it'd be really easy to miss because you might think like, oh, that character's just like nodding or whatever. It's a lot of work to do stuff like that, but this still feels kind of weird. I don't love this like stage directions inside of the dialogue. Vivian responds to Sudith with a smile. See, and this is part of why. So this is a second stage direction, essentially, and it feels clunky. If you've already done the work to have the character like notice the ring and smile, then having this character respond with a smile, that's not a lot of work. If it was me, if I was doing this, I would probably have the characters like literally just be like, nice ring. Thanks. That's how I would do it. So, now, of course, I acknowledge that like the problem is that this third character here, Camden, I think, needs to like not notice the ring, so it's a little. You might have to rewrite the scene a little bit, but I think it's doable. The stage directions in the dialogue to me read like it gives the impression that the person who wrote the story like wrote it, delivered it, and then the people making the cutscenes just like made it work and couldn't like push back on anything or rewrite it to make it fit the actual technical limitations of the game at all, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So about the bracelet. There's a demon who lives in the abbey near Wheaton who calls himself the Count of Piety. He loves to cast illusion magic to lure young ladies such as yourself, Rune Warden. And this demon has the bracelet of Zoe. His spells are quite dangerous, but I'm sure you can deal with his nonsense. Take this enchanted paper and remember, only use it after you get into the abbey. I'll keep that in mind. Enchanted paper, what a bizarre trick. I've nothing more to offer you. Leave an old woman to her thoughts. Farewell, tall tree witch. Goodbye. The day has finally come. The Rune Warden is strong enough, and I should make my move now. Betty, Mommy is coming. May destiny show mercy upon the Rune Warden. May she live long enough. What am I saying? I have great matters to attend to. Okay, I did not mind, like, I see right there, like, the character had, like, internal, externalized monologue to themselves, sort of after the characters, and that, you know, better that than stage direction type stuff. Now, I will say, that was more words than they needed. Having the character be like, oh, I've got a lot to do. Everyone's got a lot to do, man, like, trim down your dialogue. Make it as snappy as you can. The rifts of Mid-Mithrilia have been unlocked. I'm curious as to where those might even be. There's a door way down there that we've not been to. I am a little tempted to go to that because it's not as far as it appears. Get out of here, Crow. I need to practice with the dive kick. I feel like I'm doing a bad job of utilizing that. Feels like weirdly much XP to get from some rats. We'll save just to be safe. Yeah, and so the game wants us to go north from here, but we're actually going to go over here just because I want to find out what's in that room. And in case anyone was wondering, yes, I have completely forgotten what I was, Okay, so here we go. This is how we came down, and it's over here that we need to go. So what's over here? Interestingly, because the camera had just turned, just gone higher, it was easier to see some of the tiling stuff. So we've got, again, these triple mountains to the left of my character. So tall mountain, medium mountain, medium mountain. We can see those same mountains behind this tree over here and behind this tree over here. But the placement of the trees really obscures that fact. We can see the same thing. This mountain in the very background back there is repeated on the left and the right of the screen. So here it is again, here it is again, and then there's one right here. But again, foreground sort of hiding that, which is good. That's good design. I like that. We picked up something. Was it this? Yes, clover emblem. If the light hits it in a certain way, you can see small rainbow. Increases gold drop amount by 10%. That could synergize potentially well with our healing from picking up gold ability. I don't know that it will, but potentially. Alright. I think we're basically done with all this. So let's kill this red skeleton. Whoa. I swear the archers in this game are brutal. I have gone the wrong way. At least we're picking up XP. I'm not upset about, you know, grabbing some extra levels from doing stuff like that. Alright, so now we ought to be able to pop up in here and head over. Cutscene. We're soon to enter Weedon. It will be much different from our last journey. We need to be fully prepared, and I think it would be best if you waited for me in the tavern. Don't underestimate me. You're just an apprentice after all, and I'm still cursed by your teacher. If a dog is to catch its prey, you have to let it hunt on its own. Understand? There's no need to speak down to me, Rune Warden. I know my craft. Not like those two battle mages you don't. There's no need for false bravery. That killing squad from the academy could have taken both of us with little more than a lift of their hands. Those two were rogue agents. They don't represent the academy. Of course, I must be mistaken. It's not as if one of the most prestigious witches at the academy and her apprentice are busy blackmailing a wandering stranger. That would be unheard of. It's a righteous institution. You asked about my sister's death, remember? She was murdered by battle mages from your precious academy. 5 of them were sent to kill one young woman and her baby sister, and just to take something that didn't belong to them. No, you're wrong. You must have done something. It must have been your fault. I don't know what I expected to hear from you after telling you that. It doesn't matter. Just remember that your kind academy teacher killed me with her curse if I fail or attempt to escape. I certainly want to see the Witch of Viridae keep her promise. Camden remains silent. He seems to be stunned by Vivian's words. Let's go. Difficult to convey stunned in this art style. Whoa. Picking up some decent potions. Hello. You found yourself in the city of Weedon. Be on your best behavior. Okay. I need to find a place to rest. This might also be a good place to leave Camden while I check out the Abbey. Hello. Oh, Hi. Do you happen to know? No, of course not. I don't think you can help me. Alright, we've got blacksmith and forging, fair trade company, question mark? Yes, yes, you smell of gold, but not quite enough, methinks. Come back when you get more, okay? Don't make trouble. It's the end of the world, I hear. No one respects their elders anymore. What is it they say about those who don't respect their elders? Something now. What was it? This is the Fat Pig Cafe? Hello, my dear. You must be famished. Come in and get something to eat. Alright, all sorts of stuff that we don't know how to make. Cool. That was a good chunk of cash, but well worth it to just unlock stuff, I think. There's probably an achievement for learning everything. More, eat more. There's no shame in enjoying a hearty meal. Are you a tree? Anything, even the smallest amount of change helps. Sure, bless you. Alright. Alright, game. You could at least try a little harder. Care to buy me a drink? No. Sorry, love, we don't serve kids. I guess you do. You are intending to return to me once you find the bracelet, aren't you? Of course. It's in the interest of my own health, isn't it? Did we really just leave Camden in a freaking brothel? Madam, has there been any progress, Camden? There is some new information, yes. A demon located in Weedon is in possession of the Bracelet of Zoe. This demon is apparently capable of powerful illusory magic. Well done. What of the Rune Warden? She is well on her way to finding the bracelet. The Tall Tree Witch gave her some aid in dispelling illusion spells. Are you not with her? Camden. Well, the Rune Warden has her curse. She should be no threat to us. Madam, are we going to remove Vivian's curse when she has completed her task? Of course we will, Camden. I would be nothing without my word, so I intend to follow through with my promise. Has she been complaining of the curse? No, not especially. Concentrate on the task. Do not allow yourself to become distracted. Yes, madam. I will be on my way to Weedon once I've finished my investigation. That's great news. Report to me the moment the Rune Warden finishes her task. If you see fit, contact me in her presence. As you wish, madam. Dear Camden, we will return to the academy once we are done here. Thank you, madam. I am not too fond of this wretched place. Patience, my students. I await your good news. Alright, so, hello. You get bread and soup for a meal, and that's more than you paid for. What? What? You want to see what I've got? Sure. Again, I really wish that this would tell me, like, how many I've got, how many I own. I know that I keep harping on that, but... Decreases damage taken by 20%. Well, that seems real good. It also seems real expensive. 100,000 gold? Guess you can come back if you change your mind. I guess I can. Go away before I arrest you for threatening the safety of the public. With what? My boobs being out? This character's got her boobs out. Look at that. That's crazy. You need a pass to enter the uptown area. Don't waste my time until you have one. Okay. What do you say? You found yourself in the city of Weedon. Be on your best behavior. Okay. So. Hey, nice. Fast travel. No, I have to get the Bracelet of Zoe first. Alright, so can't go this way to the northern border. Bunch of gold in a statue, like one does. Bunch of potions, that's interesting. Alright, that's definitely gonna open later. I hope that little sycophant didn't notice this. Let's see what Sudith's message says. Vivian opens the enchanted paper given to her by Sudith. This situation you find yourself in is unfortunate, but if you are reading this, you must be out of sight of that petulant little mage. I've enchanted this page to be unreadable in the presence of anyone but yourself. You have great strength within you, and it should be, with little effort, that you take care of Santiago. Be wary, though, because that filthy demon preys on the weakest parts of even the strongest of hearts. It concerns me that the Witch of Viridae seeks the Bracelet of Zoe. That holy artifact should not find itself in the hands of the Academy. Not only does the bracelet control the very forces of life, it also has the power to activate the gates of the abyss. Why Holborn would want the bracelet, I do not know, but be wary of her, sellsword. She's the most treacherous of snakes. The enchanted paper vanishes. Why does Holborn want the Bracelet of Zoe? Is she planning to? No, certainly not. It seems that Sudith is unaware that I'm interested in the powers of the bracelet myself. My father's book mentions its abilities. It must be a clue to finding his whereabouts. That's the duty of a rune warden, to always be seeking. Just like my father, my sister Valerie became obsessed with that book. I tried to burn the book once, but I was caught in the act. I was afraid it would tear my family apart. We made a simple living by poaching, using our swords and runecraft discreetly. Father told us to keep our identities as rune wardens secret, because the Academy would have us killed. But the Academy found us. Assassins arrived in front of our hideout. Valerie gave me the book and hid me in a cabinet. I couldn't stop crying. She slapped me and demanded I not make a sound. Before she closed me in, I saw her face. It held an expression I hope to never forget. She had that look of gentle love and peace in her eyes. I rarely saw such tenderness in her. She caressed my cheek and leaned in close to say, "Live for me." The assassins never found me. Most of my father's research was stolen away, and the hideout was burned to the ground. I've had no real home since then. I buried Valerie. Her chest had been ripped open by a magic arrow that had entered through her back. She had slayed 3 battle mages in the battle. She died so that I could live. She was always so tough on me, but I only remember that gentle expression on her face when I think of her. I decided to read through the book. Contained within are the guidelines and instructions for living as a rune warden. It is a vault of knowledge, filled with the legacy of Magnus, the great wizard who founded the Academy. The book taught me how to survive as a rune warden in this world. I live as a vagrant. To most, I am little more than a stray dog. I hid my runecraft to the best of my ability. I eventually joined a mercenary band, the Eagle Company, as a sellsword. I lived that life for years, but when the mercenary group became a military order that worked directly in the interests of a tyrant king, I took my leave. A king's greed is not my destiny. My destiny was spoken of in the book. I decided to seek it out. I began my journey for the last and only connection to my bloodline. For the record, the lack of music in there was not because of like YouTube copyright or anything. It just literally didn't have music, at least not any that I could hear. There's no place to go but forward. What my family has chased for years has become my goal as well. The Academy covets runecraft. Holborn has proven that. I have to be careful with every step I take. Do I have like the music turned like way down or something? I mean, it defaulted to 50, which is not a bad place to default to. Yeah, that seems fine level-wise. There's so little music in this game that I can hear. What was I saving for? I was saving for something. Right, saving for Rune Warden upgrade. So we're almost there. 50 more. See, now it feels maybe a little too loud. Skeleton dog. We'll go right first. Okay, spooky. Damn it. Well, we got an antidote from that, which is a little ironic. Oh, we've slain 666 monsters. Oh, so those are explosive. Got it. Is this a secret hidden room? That's cool. I love secret hidden rooms. It's got a chest that is locked with like a really clear lock. We still haven't really found any keys in this game, so we're gonna pop it open that way. We found Aegis fragment. You can now unlock a new ability with it. Really? I can I? Okay, yeah, Hawkeye, level 3. So, higher crit chance, higher crit chance, higher crit chance, higher crit chance. Alright, so, if we wanted to lean into a crit build, we totally could. Let's get higher luck. For now. It's interesting that that's there, like a room that's not indicated on the map, as far as I can tell. Yeah, and we're back here. Interesting. We'll walk back to the save point. Nope. We will walk over to here, I guess, which loops around. Ooh, Imp Snail. That's the sword type that we've been seeing for a while. Attack of 91. cauterizes flesh as it cuts. There's no messy blood sprays to worry about. I mean, it's definitely a downgrade in terms of damage output for now. So we'll stick with the weapon we've got, but I don't know that that's going to stay true. Ooh. Extra potion, yes please. I do actually, though, I do want to go to that save. There we go, save. Alright. So we've got options as far as how we get there. Do. Nah. Well, that was poorly done all the way around. Tangerines? Ah, go figure. Are we fighting holes in reality now? What's happening? Okay. Well, the game wants us to go to the right, so of course we're going to go to the left. Hello. Help me, please. You have to help me. He's going to kill me. Don't let him tell you that he's my father. He looks like my father, but he's not. Okay, not exactly a auspicious start. Oh, that's interesting. Just looped around? Well, that's bad. A lot of hits. Come on, let me hit the ghost. Another imp snail. I do wish that the camera... So, we've talked about this actually in the last game that I was playing. If you look at where our player character is on screen, when we're running to the left, she sort of gets ahead of the camera. And that's because there's a little bit of wiggle room before the camera moves. But what that means is that, like, you can end up in the situation where you have less time to react to what's happening because there's just less screen there. And that can be a bit of a problem in a game like this, because you just run into traps and what have you. Another save already? This feels like more saves per capita than I'm used to. I guess we should, while we're here, consider our grilling options. So, HP plus 5, attack plus 2, 5. This one gives us attack and luck, which could be useful. No, no, no. I can't go home like this. My head is gone. My family won't recognize me. I have to go find a way to put it back on. How I envy you. You still got your head. May I offer you some advice? Be careful in this place. People tend to lose their heads here. He rides in on horseback. He has no head of his own. Perhaps he hopes to find a new head to replace his missing one. But I'm not dead. No, not dead at all. Do you believe that? Do you think my family would believe that? But do be wary. It sure is inconvenient to lose your head. No, no, no. I can't go home like this. How depressing. Alright, dialogue exhausted. Alright, headless horseman. A head! I must find a head! Another demon? Bring it on, torso boy! Yes, your pretty head will do. What is... Okay, I see it now. See, now we're getting some cool music. That felt like a pretty good use of mana, or rage. Quite enough for that ability. He's really just letting me have this. Cool. That was fun. That fight wasn't hard. It's kind of weirdly easy, actually. I wonder... I really doubt that the raids that I did had that much effect on my power output. So I feel like that was just kind of like a little bit of a gimme boss. It did feel like he was not throwing out very many interesting attacks, or difficult to counter attacks in the middle of it. I cannot end. I've yet to find my head. If I come across it, I'll be sure to send it your way. Bye. Alright. Yeah, we can keep going a little bit. Inspired by the ancient text of the tablet, you've learned a new skill. It would help if it would tell me which one. Oh, the skill. Shining Assault. An extremely fast assault that breaks through the toughness of enemies. Alright. I don't think I even have... I literally don't have enough rage available to even be able to use this skill. That's pretty funny. Hello? You approach me without fear. Good. Are you approaching me? I have something you may need. I will part with it for a fair price. I mean, unless it's that I need to have a meat chunk on me, I don't... You deserve these items. You need them. I believe you should reconsider. I'm okay, I think. Ooh, nice. Do we miss one? Surely not. I mean, it's got to be just like... Ooh, actually... I'm curious now. I very much doubt that the spot to the left of here is another fast travel. Okay, so this has got to be... Right, my impression here is that there will be... Okay, there's just an alleyway here. What's up, kids? While that bum's crapping his guts away, I'm gonna sneak up on him and kick him in his own mess. Oh, hoo-hoo. That dumb bum drank that poisoned water you gave him without even questioning it. Crap, crap, crap. Gods above! So we're just watching a man shit himself to death? Huh. Just leave me alone. Those kids, get them away from me, then leave me alone. My stomach, why are you still here? Why are you watching me struggle? My stomach, oh, I can't hold it much longer. Please, I beg you, take this and leave me alone. I can't hold it anymore. What is this? Oh, was that 2,000 gold? Why are we doing this petty stuff, gang? There's better tricks to be had. Crap. Well then, let's push that bum in his own crap. I should go. What a bizarre experience we just had together, chat. Huh. Okay. Interesting that we were missing one, though. I'm very curious about what's going on with that. Next one of these costs 3,000. Rage Regain +1. I kind of want to invest in more rage just so that we can use our new ability. So we'll do that. Meditation 3. How much do you cost? Rage +30. We'll do that as well. So now our limit's 175. I realize that I am in the way. 175. Interesting little bit of statefulness there, actually, with that screen. All right, so what's down in here? Where the F? Okay, I don't think it wants me to be here. Butler? Normally, I would avoid gossip at all costs, but given my current state, I suppose it doesn't matter anymore. I'm Lord Santiago's butler. His Grace fought bravely in the war against the Esgonian kingdom. Since His Grace's return, the young master has seemed to be quite afraid of him. If only I was more careful then, circumstances may be different now. The young master fell from the stairs and injured his neck. Oh, he was such a lovely young soul. It broke my heart to see him pass, but His Grace seemed unaffected. Tales were told about Lord Santiago's armor and horse being seen outside the city, and I do not recall him returning either. I decided to investigate. If only I could have found out sooner, then the young master may have been saved. The man who returned from the war was not the true Santiago. Someone stole his face, along with his identity and wealth. I was killed when that foul demon found out I knew. But now I know the truth. Lord Santiago was brutally murdered by this scoundrel. His head, the horrible fiend, took his head. Now his grace wanders the land searching for a replacement. My dear lady, you are blessed with the ability to control mana. If it were not, you wouldn't be able to communicate with the departed, such as myself. I beg you, please avenge the young master and the true Santiago. I'd be willing to offer something in return that may aid you in your journey. Please inform me of your progress when you can. Okay, so I really like that lore bit right there about she can control mana, and as such, she can talk to the dead. That does actually really neatly patch the potential plot hole of why isn't anyone else talking to these ghosts? The answer is almost no one can. It's just rune wardens. And possibly mages. Ooh, shiny. Okay. Oh, don't want to be here. Jesus. Got another snowflake. I assume that that's going to be base level of 92. Yeah, so that's kind of in the same vein as where we were before. To swim across an ocean, one mustn't be a fool. That's why this scaly creature is always in a school. Right, this feels like kind of a gauntlet setup. So you know what? Let's talk to this guy, then we'll save, and then we'll call this episode good. Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? That man, he invited me to a ball. The ball I always dreamed of. Then we found love. Oh, such a love we had. How wonderful to be made a countess. But he hasn't spoken to me in so long. Did I do something wrong? Why won't he speak to me anymore? Okay. Did not necessarily grok that you were a woman, but now that I'm looking closer, it is like an adult in a dress. So, alright, cool. Well, this has been a productive little session. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and yeah, I'll see you next time for more of The Vagrant. Bye!